I asked ChatGPT, let's say I am a real estate media agency owner stuck at 10 to 20K a month. What questions would I probably ask about scaling? I'm gonna go through these one by one and give you my best answer. First one is client acquisition and sales. First question, when should I hire my first full-time shooter, editor, or VA? Okay, here's what I would do. If you're a solo shooter, you don't have anybody on your team, as soon as you hit 10K a month, you're gonna hire a VA. And your VA is gonna look like this. You can use our hiring guide. Here is our job description for the first VA that you should hire. So project and customer support. What are they gonna do? They're gonna QA deliverables before they're sent out. They're gonna send out deliverables. They're gonna answer client email, text, phone calls. They're gonna book shoots for you. So that immediately gets like 3 hours of your time back. So after you had that VA hired, that's gonna get you to like 20, 25K a month. Once you're hitting 20, 25K a month consistently by yourself, that's when you can hire a full-time shooter. And at that point, hiring process is a little bit different, but I would definitely use a staffing company, and I can get you details on that if you need. Okay, next question. How do I get predictable inbound leads instead of random referrals? Okay, first thing I would say is implement care calls immediately. What is a care call? You call each order from the previous week, and it goes like this. So, hey, I'm just making sure last week's shoot was a 10 out of 10, and if you have any constructive feedback, I'm open to hearing it. They're gonna say, yeah, it was perfect. Maybe do this differently. Sure, awesome, cool. And then you go right into asking for the referral. Hey, listen, just like you, I grew my business off of referrals. So like, do you think you can help me out with something? Sure, yeah, absolutely. Cool. Do you think you can introduce me to 1 or 2 agents who might benefit from meeting us over the next 2 days? Sure, yeah, I can do that. Awesome, yeah, if you can just do a group text with them over the next 2 days, it'd be amazing. Sure, yeah, happy to help. Cool. What names come to mind? You wanna ask that question because then it really puts the accountability on them. You're gonna have to follow up. They're probably not gonna do it. So the next day you just text them, say, hey, thanks again for this, making these connections, looking forward to them. So that's step number 1. How do I stand out from cheaper competitors? Good question. There's 2 types of agents, 2 types of real estate media businesses. They both attract each other. The first agent is the cheap agent. They just want to get the property on the market, so they just want the cheapest photos. Second agent wants to use this opportunity to get more listings and to get more referrals. So they're going to spend a little bit more money on like maybe video, putting themselves in the video. Those are the agents you want to attract. Normally those agents are on social media and Instagram. The other agents, the cheap ones, they're not. So you can reverse prospect and find these agents on Instagram and homes.com based on their volume and go after those agents rather than the cheap ones. Because like we have agents that call us. They're like, hey, what's your price? $250. They're like, okay, thanks, bye. Like, I don't even want to chase that business because they're probably not going to work with us. Okay, next question. How do I structure packages to upsell easily without feeling pushy? Great question. What we do is we value stack the services that we want the agents to buy so that we can just say, hey, you want to go with this package? It has everything you need. They're like, oh yeah, it's easy. Instead of saying, hey, do you want this? Do you want this? Do you want this? A la carte style. Like put everything that an agent needs into a package, price it well, and price it so that it's profitable. For us, it's the essentials package. You get photos, you get a reel, you get a floor plan, next morning turnaround, blue sky guarantee, and a free listing website. So it feels like a ton, but for us, it starts at $499 and it goes up to like $900. That's what I would do. Okay, next question. How do I use social proof to win clients? Great question. Anytime you do a listing video, anytime you do a reel on site, after you film, they're probably gonna be like, oh my goodness, that was so easy. So then what you do is you say, hey, can you help me out with something in 5 seconds? I'm trying to collect some testimonials. They're gonna be like, oh sure, yeah, we're already here, why not do it? You're gonna click record, you're gonna ask them, hey, so like, how was that experience? What, is it easy? They're gonna be like, yeah, it was so easy. It took like 5 minutes. I love this company. And then you can just compile those up and make videos, put them on social, put them on your website, things like that. Okay, next question. How do I land brokerage contracts instead of one-off agents? Great question. You wanna start from the top and work down. Okay, so let's just say there's a team leader. They have 20 people on their team. Rather than talking to each individual 20 agents, you're gonna talk to the team leader. If you can get that meeting, that's the way to go. So how do you do that? What I would say is go to homes.com right here, go to agents, find an agent and type in your city. So let's just say, for an example, you're in San Diego, California. So you're gonna go to sort, sales and area, high to low, and these are gonna be probably team leads or people that have a lot of business. So Greg Newman right here, you scroll down to 1 year, he's done 74 listings. That's probably not all him, he probably has a team helping him. So he's somebody you wanna get a meeting with. So I would reach out to him and invite him to your next content event blueprint or your next content event. Okay, next question. How do I create a sales pipeline that doesn't depend on me? Good question. I would run the content event blueprint and train somebody on your team to set these up and execute on these because content event blueprint, what it does is you get paid to get new clients. You profit to meet new people. So what it is, the structure is you set up a 5-hour time slot. Each agent gets 20-minute time slot. You invite as many agents as you can with the help of sponsors. The sponsors pay for the event too. Each agent gets 2 videos and a headshot. They also pay $25 per ticket, so you make money there. A week later, you send them the videos. They're gonna be ecstatic and you're gonna tell them about what you do, ask if they have any listings. So if you teach somebody on your team to do that, it's totally trainable, then I would do that. How do I get new clients? Okay, so my My best strategy, what I've been doing for the past year and a half, and it works incredibly well. We do it 4 times a month now, and it gets us 15 to 20 new agents every single month, and we get paid to do it. We run the content event blueprint. So essentially, partner up with a loan officer or title agent. They cover the cost of the event, which means you profit, and they both invite 5 people. So loan officer invite 5, title invite 5, you invite 5. So you all make introductions to each other. So it's a win-win-win-win for everybody. Each agent pays 25 bucks for a ticket. They get a 20-minute time slot, and they're gonna get 2 videos and a headshot. And we have all the topics prepared, so they don't need to come prepared with anything. We do it at our studio, but you can do it at a listing. If you don't have a listing, post on your Instagram story, hey guys, I'm looking for a nice listing to host an event. Please shoot me a DM. You'll get a ton of DMs. So that's the blueprint of that event. We run that 4 times a month. We get to meet 15 to 20 new agents every month when we do 4 a month. Sometimes we'll meet an agent, and the same day we'll book a listing. It's an incredible way to meet new agents. The next question is, should I niche down? Luxury teams, brokerages, or stay broad? Good question. Niching down. Niche down to real estate. That's step 1. If you're doing weddings, if you're doing headshots and all sorts of different things, just throw all that out the window. Real estate will keep you busy and make you rich. As long as it's real estate, just do it. If you're doing just video because you've seen like a course, like there's a lot of courses on real estate video. I think those courses are awesome, but that business model is necessarily scalable and it doesn't have enterprise value. Where if you do photo, video, 3D, drone, you can train your team to do everything without you. So that's what I would do. That's my take there. Okay, next question is, what offers and packages convert higher value clients consistently? I would value stack a package that is very profitable and very valuable to the agent. So for us, we have the Pro Essentials package. It's photos, you get a Pro Reel, which means we'll script a video. We'll do a high-end edit for you. We'll do a free 2D floor plan included in that. Next morning turnaround, blue sky guarantee, free listing website. And that's like between $500 to $800. So it takes us about an hour and a half to shoot, and our profit margins are spicy, very good. And to the agent, it's like bare minimum, but what you need. Okay, next question. How do I increase agent retention so they don't just hire me once? Great question. You can't control how many listings they have, but you can control the amount of times you offer a service to them. So let's just say they book a listing, okay? You shoot their listing, it's great, but you can't help them get another listing. You can't, that's out of your control. So what you can do after the listing, you can say, hey, listen, after your care call you do with them, say, hey, we actually do social media content so that you can get more listings. Is that something you're interested in? Boom, you're gonna pique their interest and you can do social media content, like 4 videos, 8 videos, and just charge them $4.99 and $6.99. And yeah, you can do that.
Okay, next question.
How do I ensure quality stays high while delegating? That's a good question. You might, as you're delegating and as you're scaling, you're gonna realize that nobody can do it as good as you. So the threshold and the benchmark for delegating, if they can do it at least 80 to 85% as good as you, that's good enough. Because when you're scaling, you can't have full control over everything. You need to let go of that 10 to 15% or 15 to 20%. So that's what I would say. What's the right balance between contractors versus employees? Good question. So for us, we like to go full-time employees because we want their full commitment and loyalty to us. But if you're in a position where you don't have enough business to hire a full-time employee, you could go contractor route, but I would just be careful. I would just grind it out yourself until you can hire a full-time employee, because like agents know the difference between an employee and a contractor. They can tell. Contractor isn't required to wear your shirt. They're gonna wear flip-flops. They're gonna not have your gear, and it's just a different experience. Where employees, they're wearing your uniform, they're shooting your method. So I would wait out until you can hire a full-time employee. Next question is, how do I set up systems so I'm not working 12 hours a day? I was here, and then I hired a coach, and he was like, bro, you gotta hire people. If you're working 12 hours a day, step 1 is hire a VA if you don't have one already. You can use our hiring guide right here in our REMA Growth resource guide. Hiring VAs, we have steps all the way from creating the job description, all the way to sending the employment agreement and everything in between. So hire a VA to get your time back. That VA, the first VA, is gonna be a project and customer support VA. They're going to send out deliverables in the morning. They're gonna answer all customer service, text, emails, phone calls, everything, so you don't have to. They're gonna book all your shoots, and you're gonna get a ton of time back. And then after that, hire a photographer. Okay, next question. Am I charging enough, or is my pricing capping my growth? I'm not sure what you mean by that, but nobody has ever regretted raising their prices. We were at a point where it made sense for us to raise prices by like $50 on each service, and it hurt my stomach because I was like,
my clients are gonna hate this. I'm gonna lose so many clients.
We raised $50 across the board, and nobody said anything. Maybe 1 or 2 people, we lose those clients, but we make it up from the profit that we make. So let's just say you're doing like 50 shoots a month, you raise prices by 50 bucks. That's an extra $2,500 in profit. So if you're at a point where you don't know if you're charging enough, you're probably not charging enough. So what I would say, just actionable advice, create a spreadsheet, list out 10 media companies near you, put all their pricing there, and see where you land. Be about 10 to 15% above the industry average, because probably your service and quality is excellent, so you can justify it. Okay, next question. How can I structure packages packages to upsell easily without feeling pushy. First things first, get a package that is massively valuable to the agent, value stack it and price it so it seems reasonable to them but profitable to you. The other thing is, like, don't come across as salesy. Really understand what they need for the property. So consult them. Say, hey, tell me about this property. Is it staged? Is it vacant? Is it close to any shopping? Is it close to any like notable landmarks? Once you have that information, it's not selling, it's recommending. It's like, okay, so this property is vacant. Did you know, like, we do virtual staging? It can make the house look a lot more appealing. Oh, okay, so it's close to shopping. Let's do community photos to really sell the lifestyle. So you can sell without coming across as salesy. Okay, next question. What's a good margin target for my agency? Good question. So gross margin should be 70 to 80%. If you can get higher, that's amazing. So gross margin is literally just the price of the service. So HDR photos, $250 minus COGS, cost of goods sold. So your cost of goods sold on photos might be editing and then labor for the photographer. And then like if your VA sends out deliverables. So let's just say editing is $25. You pay your shooter, your photographer $50, and then you pay your VA like $5 spend on that. So 250 minus 25 minus 50 minus 5. So your gross margin on that would be 170 divided by 250 is 68%. So like that's just an example. You can get your margins to be a little bit better, but your gross margins to be about 70 to 80%. Next question, how much should I reinvest versus pay myself? Great question. I just told my student, I was on the call with them yesterday. I was like, I reinvested everything I made until I was at 500K a year. And now we're at over $1 million a year. But the point is, like, do you want to keep growing your business or are you happy with where it's at right now? So that's a question you got to ask yourself. Like, do you want a big team? Do you want to have a small team? Do you want to shoot yourself? It all just depends on where you want to be. Okay, next question. Should I finance gear upgrades or wait until cash allows? If you know me, you know that I hate buying gear. I say buy the bare minimum and make a lot of money. Buy used gear. The only thing you shouldn't buy used are gimbals and drones. Everything else you can buy used from REMA. Just make sure it's good quality and just buy the bare minimum. If you need to finance it, that's cool because that gear is going to get you an ROI. Okay, next question. What type of content should I be making to attract agents? This is a really good question. Just like I'm doing right now, provide massive value. Naturally, these agents will come to you with questions. They're going to see you as somebody they can trust rather than you saying, hey, this is us, book us, we have next morning turnaround, blah, 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 blah. No, just provide value without asking anything in return. You can make those videos asking, but make sure it's a jab, jab, right hook. So make more content that provides value than content that asks for business. So just check out my Instagram page, CPV_media, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, next question. Should I focus more on branding my agency or personal brand? Great question. In the beginning, personal brand, and then you're gonna focus more on the brand because you want to take your face away from the brand so that your business has enterprise value. So like the business is not tied to your face. But in the beginning, like tie your face, you are the brand because people can connect with you more than a logo. But then once you build your team, you wanna take your face out of it so you can eventually one day sell the business without you. Okay, next question. Is it worth running ads or should I double down on networking? Networking for sure. Go to every single event you can. Run the content event blueprint. Content event blueprint is event where you set up, it's where you invite agents, they pay $25, they get a 20-minute time slot, they get 2 videos and a headshot, you have sponsors pay you so you get paid to get new clients. So that's what I would do instead of running ads. And also make sure you're posting on Instagram like every other day. Next question is, should I go wide in more markets or deep and dominate my market? I would say deep and dominate your current market. But before you do that, analyze your market. Are you in a city where there's like no potential for scaling? Like if you're in a city where there's like 5 people, that's an exaggeration, but you get the point. Maybe look at moving to another city or just servicing another city around you. Like it's worth it moving to another city. It really is. Because if your current city can't support what you want to do and what your vision is, it's not worth it. But if your city can support that, go deep than to go wide because you have more momentum in that city. Like people know each other. Real estate is so tight knit. So if you can create a splash, people are going to talk about you. I went deep. Okay, next question is, when is it time to expand into add-on services like Reels, social media management, coaching? I would focus photo, video, 3D, drone, Twilights. Like if you're not doing all of those, just try to do all those ASAP. Learn everything you can about those, like, and offer those services. Outside of those services, then there's not much you need to offer. You can do social media content, just like 4 videos, 8 videos where you batch it and have the topics ready. But outside of that, just focus on real estate. Next question, what KPIs should I be tracking to know if I'm scaling properly? If you're under like $500,000 a year, don't worry about KPIs. Just do as much as you can in every aspect of your business. After that point, sure, you can track your KPIs. We have our setup, but before that, like it's not gonna change how much work you do probably because you need to build momentum first and have an actual team so you can track KPIs. So get to 40K a month first. Okay, that is it for this video. If you guys found this valuable, let me know in the comments because I don't know if this is valuable or not. I'm just making this video. I wanna provide value to you guys. I scaled my business to over $1 million a year in 5 years, and I'm trying to help as many other people as I can do the same. And I'll see you in the next video.